standing in the middle of the room anyway, because that way you'll both be able to. First of all, put your hands up if you've been to one of our events before. Good. So, I'm going to pass round some pens and paper. And all the other people are going to know why, aren't you? Why am I going to pass the pens and paper round? So, here we go. Take one, and then pass it round. Grab a pen. My name's Helen's Helper, and we're here this evening for a psychic evening, okay? A psychic evening, I'm a psychic medium. Does anybody know what a medium is? You're all going to be shy. Okay, that's going to be good, isn't it? Right, great start. Okay. My job is connecting into your loved ones in spirit. So just so you understand, I'm not reading your body language, I'm not reading your mind. And so if you sit on your hands, take your engagement ring or your wedding ring off, it'll make no difference because I'm not reading you, okay? As a medium, I'm connecting into the people in spirit up here that belong to you, and they give me the information. So, when we connect into spirit, there's no time up there. So they'll refer to the past, the present and the future. And that's why I've handed out paper. So if I come to you to give you a message, then what I want you to do is get the person that's with you to write down what your message is so you can concentrate with me, okay? Some of it you might not understand because it might not have happened yet because it's going to be future. Some of it might be before your time. So that means you'll go home and speak to a parent or a grandparent and say, oh, this lady mentioned Bert, and they'll go, oh yeah, that was your granddad's brother. You with me? So I'm telling you some of these things in advance so that when we get to people, sometimes I'll get to people and they go, I don't know. Eh? I don't know. Okay. So I'm trying to explain some of what's going to happen before we start. I will also come up to you, if it's you, and ask you to give me an item to hold. That's called psychometry. So, is everybody here? Don't worry about it. So, has everybody got a watch, jewellery, something, some item that I can hold? Yes? Anybody not got any jewellery? So, anybody not got jewellery or an item or something that I can hold? Okay? That lady there, yeah? So, have you got your car keys or your house keys? Yeah. Good, those will do because you use them every day because you're holding them. Psychometry means I'm going to hold something that belongs to you and it's got your energy on, so it can connect me into you and your loved ones. So, as your medium this evening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a three-way conversation with the people up there that belong to you. Does that make sense? So I am your postman pass with the world of the spirit. Yes? I am your translator. What I need you to understand is, I don't know some of you, and I certainly won't know these spirits up here. So for me, it's like playing blankety blank or hangman, okay? If I give you a message and I come up to you, you don't need to explain, but I do need you to say yes or no. Don't be frightened to say no, because in my head I'm going to be having a conversation with them, and that conversation will go with me, like telepathy going, she doesn't understand that, you need to show me another way. Okay? So, bearing in mind, when I'm talking to all of you here, so what do you reckon we've got? 50 of you, or people? I reckon there's about 50 people, okay? For all of you here on the earth plane, each of you individually will probably have 2 or 3 loved ones up there in spirit that have come with you this evening. So you're going to have to bear with me, because you can imagine I'm talking to you, around about 50 people, and I'm listening to about 150 spirits up here trying to talk at the same time, okay? We have to make that part before we start really clear, and I'll tell you why. I will be getting people shouting names at me, singing songs at me, and showing me items. I'm going to tell you some of this information, and if you recognise the name, whether it's somebody in spirit or alive down here, you need to put your hand up. Okay? So I know where I'm going. Even if, okay, and this happens on many, many of my events, I say, oh, there's somebody here called Thomas, and 3 people put their hand up, okay? Then it'll be my job with my guys and the angels up here to decide which person down here out of your 3 does that Thomas belong to. Does that make sense? If I'm giving a message to somebody this evening and you feel like some of it makes sense to you, you need to take that as yours as well. Because there's about 150 up there and 50 down here, are you with me? So imagine I'm in the Royal Mail and I'm going, I don't know which way, where are we going? Like sorting the letters. Does that make sense? If Spirit were fantastic, they'd all go, hello, my name's such and such. But they don't do that. They do give me names, but they don't guarantee names of everybody. Okay? So has anybody got any questions so far? Oh, you're all quiet, aren't you? Oh, it's gonna be one of them nights, isn't it?
Do we take our shoes off?
Yes, you can take your shoes. Do your feet smell?
No, I remember last time.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now. You don't have to take. You don't have to take. You have to move that back. You don't have to take your shoes off. What I do want you to do is, you're absolutely right. Well done for remembering. I want all of you to put your pens and papers down, because I'm going to get you to relax for a few seconds. I'll tell you why. You need to uncross your arms. This is the fun bit. Everybody's taking, all the people that know me are taking their shoes off. I like it. Okay. We have got spray in case your feet smell. Okay. Uncross your hands, uncross your arms, because energy won't flow when you've got your arms crossed or your legs crossed, etc., or holding anything. Feet need to be flat on the floor. If you take your shoes off and you're more comfortable, please do so. Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We used to do a long time ago, and Darren will remember, and probably Jackie and Judith, didn't we? Like a golden light relaxation. But let me tell you, your loved ones in spirit are a bit impatient for that, so we're not going to be doing that. Because they're all like, hurry up, hurry up. Okay? But what I would like all of you to do is close your eyes, and I'll tell you why, and I'll close mine as well. So close your eyes, try and block out the rest of the noise. What I would like you to do is visualise your family and loved ones in spirit. All the people you love. All the people that you want to communicate with this evening. That's the most important part. You should be able to see them in your mind. And I want you to send them your love. Let them know that they're welcome here this evening. And if you can, in your mind, I want you to visualise a bridge of light. And it's going from your heart to theirs. Just let them know they're welcome here this evening. And then what I also want you to do in your mind is ask the angels of protection to be around each and every one of us. And the last thing I want you to do with your eyes closed is take your attention down to your feet and imagine a beautiful golden light going out through the soles of your feet. And it'll look pretty much like roots of a tree going down into the earth, as far as you can imagine. And that's for grounding, so you're connecting into the earth so that you're stable here. Sometimes the energies of spirit can make us feel a bit floaty. So imagine you're an oak tree, and the roots are going down so you feel grounded. When you feel ready that you've done that, you feel comfortable, then you can open your eyes. Good. Everybody feel fine? Yeah? Right, so this is what I'm going to do first of all. I will keep turning around like that, I'm doing like 360. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to give you the names and the communication that's coming through. As I say, sometimes we do relaxation, but there are that many people here this evening, and Spirit have been trying to get through all day anyway. So, one of the names I was hearing earlier before I even got here was somebody called Joan. So somebody got a Joan that's up there in spirit or down here? Anybody understand a Joe? Jackie? Judy? Yeah? Okay, right. You'll find that when I give you a message, I'm going to walk up to you. Thanks, Will. You got your pen and paper? I'm getting really close to the camera, that's not good. I'm going to hide behind something. So you understand the Joe? Okay, is Joe not there or down here? Down here, okay. Can I hold something belonging to Jackie? And Judith? Who's going to write the notes then, girls? Carol? Right, okay. So, and Judith, sorry. Can you hear me down there? Good. Okay. Ooh, they're busy up there. Right, I need for you two to listen, you three actually. Rebecca's not here, is she? Okay, well you need to listen for her as well, because they were expecting her. Okay, so I want to talk about husband and dad. That's how I want to do it, because he's there all the time, I'm sure you're aware. Look, if you look at mine, can you see all the hairs standing up? So he's really, really very, very active. Oh, bless him. And he's really emotional. So I need to go to Jackie first, okay? And as I'm saying it, look, he's getting... He just wants to put his arms around you and say, there were times when he thought how amazing you were, okay? The strength that you've shown with everything that's gone on is unbelievable, and that's what Dad's saying. He said, I couldn't be any prouder. He said, I wouldn't have been able to do any more than you've done. He said, you've just surpassed all expectations, okay? And he's so pleased with how things have... He showed me like a mountain, you know, like going up the mountain. And he's saying it's levelled off now, okay? It's levelled off. But what he does want to say to you is, he's around a lot, but he's very aware of the fact that there's been a lot of adrenaline, there's been a lot of fight or flight, there's been a lot of survival, okay? And he's saying you need some time now for yourself, because that needs to calm down. And I don't know whether you'd agree with that, but Dad's saying, it's a bit like the shock of everything that's happened. You were so busy, Dad's saying, doing and doing and doing, that all this adrenaline is there, and he wants you to be prepared for the fact that he wants you to have time for yourself to process that, and that hasn't happened yet. And he's described it will happen. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know whether you agree or not, but it's going to be like one day you're sort of going to wake up and feel like you've hit a wall, and you'll go, oh, has that really happened? And Dad's saying, I'll be right by your side. Okay? He says, because you've done phenomenally well, but you just need to absorb a bit of it. It's gone because you've been so busy. Does that make sense? And it hasn't gone in. It says like you're in it, and it's like so fast. Everything happens so fast, and you were so busy. And he wants time for you. Okay? And the angels are up there as well, not just Dad. But you know when somebody tries to wrap you up in a big pink blanket, like a candy floss baby plink, and they're trying to wrap you up like that, and they're saying you need to breathe. Okay? We're not talking about the involuntary. Just wow, what a journey that was. But Dad's saying he couldn't be any prouder. Okay? That's so funny. There's still another pizza patter. He's describing it. Pizza patter of feet. Sorry. Do you already know that? There's another on the way in the next 18 months. Just thought I'd let you know, Dad wants to give you the heads up, okay, that the stork is still flying overhead, okay, and as Dad's putting, not off duty yet. Okay, so you can breathe and relax about your ordeal, but there will be other excitement, and he's calling it the pizza patter of little feet. Okay, he's talking about something going forward to June, around about June 23rd. So Carol can put a little star by it. I don't know where it is. Maybe something nice happening or something's going to happen. So just wait and see. It's not anybody's birthday, is it? But June 23rd, around, you know, like a week either side of that, there's something nice that's going to happen. Okay. Just moving over slightly. I've got your rings confused, by the way. Judith, brother. I'm sure he's been before, okay. Wants to know that he spends a lot of time around you when you're at home. You know the times when you think, oh, I don't know what to do with myself. He's saying, you sit there going, I don't know what to do with myself tonight. You know, you're thinking to yourself, and he's saying, you're not on your own, because he's right there with you. So you've sort of got these two men. Don't misinterpret this, anybody. You've got two men, you've got husband and brother, you know, one on either side of you, like protectors, looking after you, okay? And they're also talking about the chest and breathing problems Dad didn't have chest breathing problems, did he? Chest and breathing problems, okay? Did your brother have some breathing problems before he passed? I'm aware of his chest and all this area. Do you know what we're talking about? Okay, because he's saying, I'm at peace now, I haven't got any of that. He's gone, oh, he said, well, I did have a bad chest. He said, I couldn't get my breath, okay? But he's okay now. They're also saying you need to keep an eye. That would be wrong, wouldn't it, again? With the chest. Still, your dad's sighing and whatever, still taking no notice. Are you with me? Not paying any attention to anybody. He needs more inhalers. Does he use an inhaler? No. He should have one. Have they offered him one? They're talking about an inhaler. Okay, you know when people have it, is it called Ventolin? I don't even know what it's called. Okay, need to have an inhaler, they're saying. Okay, so will you speak to him? He's probably going to say, what a load of old rubbish, told to go to the doctor, I feel fine. Okay, but Dad's saying he does need to get checked over. Just for his breathing, really, because he's struggling. Okay, that's what they're talking about. And the little robin in the garden has been, have you seen the robin? It's going to come. No, it's going to come. I know, well I'm letting you know in advance because he's saying I haven't forgotten. And I've got the little robin just behind you, so the robin's going to turn up, he's saying. Okay? I'm checking because it's going like this. Are you with me? Dad's like trying to go over each of the children like that. And it looks like going up and down the ladder like that. You know, if somebody's got a xylophone and they're playing it and I'm like, which one do you want to talk about? Okay? Dad, who's granddad to Rebecca, I know she's not here, is saying you needed, you know, like sunflowers, she needs to lift her chin up, and he's working on finding somebody just for her, is there? I'm sure you'll know what that's meaning. Maybe that's why she wants to come tonight, so that's what you need to say. But you know, when you have a big sunflower, and he's saying, give that to her from me, granddad to her, and say, I'll find you a good one. Okay? That's definitely the right message. I'll find you a good one. Okay? Because she's in a bit of a panic. Are you with me? I don't know whether she thinks she's getting older or it's not going to happen or whatever, but that will calm her down that he said that, and that's important, so you need to know that. Okay, so can you do that and pass it on? You also need to sort out one of the bedrooms. Which one is it? One of the bedrooms needs sorted. Oh, your bedroom! You need to get on it. ASAP, within the next 6 to 8 weeks apparently. Okay, so you need to start with the bedroom. Going to be a makeover, fresher, make you feel better, and more importantly, he wants you to spend some time in there on your own. And the way it is at the moment, it's not conducive to that. Is that his way of saying it's an investment, Jack? Do you like that? Your bedroom's not conducive to relaxation. Sort it out, apparently. For you, because he wants you to go to bed and feel, oh, this is really relaxing, or wake up and go, okay, that's really important. He said you deserve that. And if you take a little bit of money or put it on a card, he's not bothered, but you need to do it. Well, of course he can. Them upstairs, by the way, do see your bedrooms, just in case. Jackie's just said, can they see your bedroom? Okay, so they speak a lot about decorating. Can I pass that back over to you girls? You haven't finished school yet, have you? Studying. Jackie needs to pay more attention to her studying. Very clever, apparently. Grandad's saying you're very clever because she hasn't got enough confidence, but she is very clever. That's what Grandad's saying to you. Okay? And he's saying, you know, she can do really great things, but she just needs a little bit of, you know, like self-confidence and whatever. And he said that he's around and he's watched her. She just, and you know when you're in class or whatever, and you think you know the answer, and you don't speak up, do you? Grandad's listening and Grandad's saying, your answer's right. And he's there trying to get her to put her hand up in class going, it's right, tell him. Okay, a little bit more self-confidence and she'll be absolutely great, honestly. Right, girls, going back down here. Right. Right, I'm just going to sit here for a minute. Right, can you hear me now? Still? Good. There's not many psychics that sit down halfway through, are there? Right, okay. Somebody, a gentleman in spirit, singing me the song, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer do, I'm half crazy, all full of you. Anybody understand that song? Gentleman in spirit. No? Yes? Don't be shy. I've come and sat Saturday, love your cider. No. Please, if you do know something, put your hand up because it's not pay attention. Okay, so, gentleman up here, okay, you need to write this down for really fatherly and protective. Is that already up there? Okay, as long as you know who he is. Because I feel like, literally, that's why I've had to come and sit down here. I don't normally sit down, do I? I've sat down. Do you understand Daisy singing that song? Have you got a Daisy in the family? That's great, as long as you understand. Okay, he's up there and I've got smoking away, puffing away like this, you know, like the untipped whatever, and his fingers have got that yellowy, orangey tinge on it, and he's saying, I don't care. He's got his box of England's Glory and whatever, and he's just sparked up and tapping his cigarette. And that's what I feel like. I want to sit down by you, because he'd have loved it here. In the pub, let's have a cigarette, because you can smoke into the pubs there, couldn't you? Let's have a cigarette, let's have a pint. Okay. He's saying you've done really, really well. I don't know what's been going on, but done really, really well. Okay. He's talking about birthdays and celebrations in this month. Whose birthday's this month? You. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. Birthdays and celebrations. So he's got this big balloon, you know, like with a happy birthday and whatever. So we know why he's come now then. Okay. But then he also wants to go forward to September time. So whose birthday is it? September, anniversary, birthday, some sort of celebration. Pardon? Mum and Dad's anniversary, so write that down as well. If I give you a month, and this is sad to all of you, it'll be an anniversary of a passing or a birthday or something significant that they're trying to let you know. We're there then, you know, we wouldn't miss out on that. So he's really, really active, okay? They're also talking about a Frank. Do you know who Frank is? If not, don't worry, because I'll put it over here because it might belong to somebody else, okay? They're also talking about, did Grandad have a little, tiny little leather wallet? It's really small as well. You know, some men have a wallet and you open it up. Might not be any money in it, but it's quite big. Okay. Granddad's got a little wallet. So sometimes they're a leather lock, a purse, coin. Anyway, it's small. Do you know what he's talking about? I can't see exactly what he's going on. It's quite small in my hand here like this. He's saying you're not to worry about money. You'll always have enough for what you need. So you're never going to be rich. But he's saying I'll make sure you have enough for what you need. Does that make sense? Yeah, I can hear it if it's a phrase going, you'll always have enough for what you need. You'll open your purse and it'll be just the right amount of money. Are you with me? And I've got a lady up here as well who's making me laugh because she's in the kitchen, but she's talking about Aunt Bessie's. So I presume that's Nan. Mum's mum, yes? Okay, Dad's mum. Oh, that's why I was going over here when I said about Dad earlier. So she's there, but I feel like, oh, bless her, Daisy. Like Aunt Bessie, you know in Summerday, the favourite place in the whole is the kitchen. She's in the kitchen, so it might be apple crumble or Yorkshire puddings or whatever. It was what's her carrot cake. Well, she's there in the kitchen. Still there in the kitchen. Okay. If you want to have a conversation with Daisy, you need to get in the kitchen and make something. Always, how many of us are always in the kitchen now? Well done, you. Okay. They're talking about a cruise. Did you want to go on a cruise, or is somebody around you going on a cruise? I've got a cruise. Oh right, okay. That person that's on the cruise, when they come back, are you quite close to them? You've got somebody up there in spirit, a gentleman watching over them, the person that's on the cruise at the moment. So just have a think about it when they come back. And they might say something to you in conversation like, oh, I really miss him. And they just want to let you to pass on the message recently. This could happen to any of you tonight. You know, for somebody that really needs a message that wouldn't go to a psychic night, but somebody's desperate to know their loved one's okay, it's one of those. So you need to do that. Is that okay? I'll leave that with you. Enjoy your birthday. You having carrot cake? She's not made you one. Then you need to get in the kitchen and do one yourself. Right, so I'm addressing everybody now. Does anybody understand this Frank? Or do I need to send him away? Tony, Frank, Sue, Frank. Okay. I want this Frank's up there in spirit, so put your hand up if he's up there. Wow. Okay. He's talking about being a really close family member. So does anybody understand Frank as their uncle? I told you I'd have to eliminate you all, didn't I, until I got the right one. We've got 4 Franks all trying to talk at the same time. Okay, it's your uncle, Uncle Frank, up there. Just have to make sure. Because I'm talking in my head going, which one are you, which one are you? What's your name? Hi, Karen. Can I ask something? I shouldn't say that, should I, to most people? Walk up to somebody in a pub and go, can I hold something? It's all right, you're allowed, you're all right. Who's going to write your notes? Okay, so Uncle Frank up there, were you close to him? He's opened the door to other people, Karen, so he's not the only person that's here for you. Do you understand that? But he wants to talk as well. I've got a lady over your left shoulder, but she feels like a grandmother. Okay, so just say yes or no. Mum's mum. Okay, so she wants to come and let you know that she's there. Okay, she's talking about you waking up in the night. What you been doing? You're not sleeping well. Oh, I don't know. She's not sleeping well, you know. She's not sleeping well. She's saying she wants you to know that when you're not sleeping well, that she's there, and she sits on the edge of the bed, and you'll know when she's there because the bed will have, like pressure. You'll feel it. You know, if any of us have got cats or dogs and they jump on the bed and the bed goes down like that, Nan's saying you'll know when I'm there because you'll feel me on the bed. But it'll be at some unusual time, like 3, 4 or 5 in the morning. There you go. So that must be your usual waking up time, okay? For all of you that are listening, who else, put your hand up, wakes up at silly times in the night? Anybody about 3, 4 or 5? I can explain that, just so you know. When we wake up at 3, 4 and 5, you know you go into REM sleep, a deep sleep, and then we all astral travel, so we leave our body. And when we leave our body, when we come back into our conscious physical being, it's around that time. So you might wake up and you're like, oh, what time is it? Okay, I need a drink of water, I need the toilet, whatever. What's happened is your soul, you've been astral travelling, has come back into your body. So, you're not all weird, it's all perfectly normal. But the nice thing is that's what your nan's saying. They don't sleep up there, they're awake 24/7. So it's no hassle to them. So you know in the dead of the night when you all wake up and think that you're lonely and you're on your own, okay, whoever up there belongs to you, like your nan, you need to talk to them, okay? They're also talking about Margaret. Who's she? That's right, yeah, but they just want to acknowledge her. Is she okay? Okay, can you check on her? Nan says, just check, just see, doesn't matter which side of the family it was, but your nan's mentioned her. Okay, and Nan's also going on about the person down here alive that's got high blood pressure. Is it you? Listen, she's saying, just go and get it checked. There's nothing. She says, listen, you're not going to... She's so funny. Excuse me, big blunt. She's saying, you're not going to kick the bucket. It's not your time yet. You don't need to worry. She's so funny. Just go and get it checked. But the medication, you're having medication, yeah? Needs a little bit changing. That's all. Nothing big. Okay? And who's the person around you as well that's been suffering with their hearing? Okay, will you wait and see? Yeah. It's not you, is it? Will you stop doing that? I mentioned the hearing and she just scratched her ear. Wait and see. It's something to do with the ear and the sinus. So if somebody says to you, oh, this is hurting and that's hurting, it's connected. Okay? So just wait and see. When you need help, you need to ask Nan to come and help you. And in the meantime, she just wants you to check up on that Margaret. Make sure you go and have a, what's it called? A well-being check with the doctor. Okay? Can you do that? Yeah. I've got to go straight to you, sorry. I know there's a whole load of Franks waiting. Queue of Franks. Okay? Gainer. What do you want me to hold? Has anybody got a tissue? Mine at the front. That's my little hay fever. Have you got writer's cramp now? Okay. Pass that over so whoever can write, so I'm to speak to Gainer. Oh, bless you.
Not that sort.
If I find any arguments, I'll be upset. Oh, bless you. I've got a whole load now, whole load. Gentleman in spirit behind your right shoulder, feels like Grandad. Grandad. Okay, is that Mum's dad, yes? Yeah. He's a very strong man. Okay, when I say strong, his spirit and his soul are strong because he's sort of turned up, and as he's turned up, I'm not sort of relaxed and chilled out, and I'm like, ooh. You know, like somebody from spirit turns up, and I'm like, ooh, alright, okay, ooh, yes, a bit like that. So like he wants me to pay attention, and he's quite serious. Okay, like everybody would do as they were told. Okay, do you understand? That's Dad's dad. That's the other one. Well, there's two. Do you remember when I give any of you messages, they're all trying to talk at the same time. So I've got Grandad, but there are both. So there's Mum and Dad said hello and opened the door. And then if you're I'm describing the personality, this gentleman, like everybody paid attention. He'd sort of speak and the kids would go, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, right, okay. No, I'm 50, don't tell me off. It's the sort of person that commands respect. Are you with me? And even though he's gone and he's in spirit, when people talk about him, it still has to be respectful. And he wouldn't have it, look at my arms, he wouldn't have it any other way. He said, I might be gone, but you still need to respect me. He's around because he's saying, when you need some backup and support, that he's there, okay? And I'm asking him, well, what are you talking about? What support backup does she need? So has there been something going on in a work situation or something like that? But he's saying you need some support and backup. He's saying you'll know what it is. I don't think it's happened yet. Okay? So just be aware, because he's saying not to worry, because he's got your back. That's what he's saying. Okay? But he's a very, very strong man. I want to talk to somebody else up here in your family that passed, and it might have been a lady, but somebody had a bad chest condition, and going back a long time ago, they would have had TB, or now we call it COPD, you know, chronic whatever, but they didn't call it that then. Somebody in your family had like TB and bad chest condition. Do you know who she was? Okay, can you write that down? She wants to be acknowledged. The mum's side of the family?
Yeah.
Yes, she wants to be acknowledged, so you might have to say to somebody here, whether she's left children that are now grown up or whatever, she wants to, you know, you to pass on that she's okay. But apparently she was very poorly. Okay, and she's okay now, and she wants everybody to know that. Okay, and apparently you need to do more cooking.
I've been cooking non-stop.
Okay, more cooking. Really? She's talking about more cooking and having something so that when you've cooked it, it's going to last for 2 or 3 days. Okay. So she's watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
Chopping stuff up, cooking stuff, and I've got it on the stove, and she's saying it'll keep for 2 or 3 days. So it's like doing it in advance. Okay, good. Who up there, and I don't know whether it's one I've already got or somebody new, has got a really fancy headstone. Like the family spent a lot of money on it. It's in your family. Yeah, it's really fancy. I don't know whether it's got gold gilt lettering and it's all ornate. Do you know what I'm talking? Things, you know, loves it. Loves it. Okay, so I don't know when exactly it was that she went, but she wants everybody down to here to know I love it. Okay, whether it's the verse on it or whatever, and she's just saying, please tell him it's beautiful. She's really over the moon with it, bless her. But I feel like she had a lot of faith. Okay, so somebody that she wasn't frightened to die, and she knew where she was going, and she was content with that, and she wants everybody here to know that she's settled, and she's all okay where she is. Okay, so when you need help, back up, Grandad. Over here, you've got grandmother, and you're not to forget the auntie, because I think you need to tell people down here that she's turned up. Is that okay? All right, my love, let me pass that back to you. Right, I'm coming down here to have a quick drink of water. Right, let me just do this other one, and then what we're going to do, when I've done this one message, is we're going to have a break for 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back and do the second half, so it means you can all go and get a drink, go to the toilet, etc. Okay? I want to go to somebody that's got very, very strong links. Please don't tell me to go back up the back, Carol. I've only just come from there. To Australia. So I've got family members. Yeah, I know. I've just left there. I'll sit down. Anybody else got strong family links in Australia? You're not having another message. You've already had one. Carol. Nobody else. I can't down because I thought whatever. I'll back up. Okay, alright, okay. You do realise I'm spending the rest of the night down this part of the room because I haven't forgotten about anybody. Right, okay, Carol. Oh. No, it's, yeah. I know, but that's been acknowledged. I did think I'd walked all the way down there and come back again. I don't need to hold anything, by the way. Because I'll tell you what, Viv's, it's his grandmother. Oh, every time you're around, it's like she swooshes in like an angel. She's just so spiritual. She's turned up before, hasn't she? I'm sure she has, because as soon as she's come, I'm like, oh wow. Okay. Who's the person, and it's not Viv, okay, who's the other person in the family that you know of that suffers with the Alzheimer's or dementia and not remembering stuff? Who's the other person? I think you mentioned to me before about Viv, haven't you? But it's not that. It's not just him, there's somebody else. So did she have that when she was here? Okay. She wants you to do a little digging around the family tree, but it is his family tree she's talking about. So are you quite familiar with the family members and how they're all connected in? Can you spend a bit of time with him and go through that? I don't know why she wants you to do that, but it's something to do with jogging the long-term memory. Does that make sense? Has anybody told you that you need to do that?
I've already started.
Okay. Well, she must be aware of that, and she's saying sitting down and doing it, like doing the family tree, but it's going up to his family tree, so that would connect him more with her, but she's talking about the other connections that are important. And it's a bit like she's trying to create sparks like that. You know, we're like, we want somebody to come back and we want you to remember that. And that's how she's doing it. Like little electrical impulses when you see photographs. Or she's talking about, you need to start using, you know, we've got our 6 senses. And all of us take for granted that we remember things and we can talk about things. She's talking about using the other senses. Smelling something that you remember from a childhood, looking at a photograph that, are you with me? And she's going into it in quite a lot of detail, so I think that he needs that at the moment. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And then she's talking about lots and lots of cleaning. Do you clean when you're stressed? No. Who does that? Who does that in your family or around you? Because they're talking about, you know, when people are stressed and they clean. Does anybody clean when they're stressed? Not you then, Carol. All the people that clean when they're stressed, report to me afterwards, I'll take you home with me. Yeah, please. Would you like one of these OCD cleaning people? No? Cleaning. They're talking about cleaning. So I hope they don't mean that you need to do some cleaning. Right. Yeah, you need to go over there to Jackie's because Jackie's room needs brightening up, so, you know, go and do some cleaning over there. I also want to talk about, have you got a Mary in your family? Or is it the other side of the family? What you put Mary, even if it's the first name or a middle name, because they mentioned it. Okay? And also they're talking about, don't laugh, do you remember the Arctic roll that was sponge with ice cream in the middle? Did you used to like that or give it to, I don't know, I've got an Arctic roll. Was that your favourite? I don't know, I can just say. Oh, did you? Oh, that's good, because I thought I was losing my mind then. I'm thinking, I haven't seen an Arctic roll since I was 9 years old, and I've just come out of Good Hope Hospital. But she's showing me an Arctic roll. So you bought one, what, for you or for me?
I bought it for the kids, but they didn't like it.
Are you all listening to this? If you think you're eating and nobody notices, Spirit notice, because they just noticed that Carol's eating the whole Arctic roll. Okay, going back to Australia, have you planned in another trip? Because you need to. If you haven't, you need to. When are you going? Because I've got, don't laugh, 2 years, 3 months. 2 years, 3 months, is that enough time to save up? 2 years, 3 months, I've been told. Apparently, Spirit say you need to be going, okay? And who's the person, it's not you, around you that used to suffer with varicose veins? Yeah. Again, she's got his grandmother has got her ironing all the time. Are you with me? So she's mentioned the varicose veins. So are they at the back of the knee? I don't know. I'll just feel sorry. If you see me moving around doing things like this, it's like I'm right there. And believe you me, in case you're worried, I haven't looked at Carol's husband's legs recently. So she's saying, has the doctor had a look at them? It's all right, yes? Okay. It's just a case of having these regular checkups and whatever. But really, I think that you do talk to her, but she's a great help up there. She does a lot, you know, apart from watching you with your Arctic roll, she does, you know. She's saying how much she appreciates what you've done. She said you've got a world of patience. That's what she said. and she's very, very grateful for that, because some people would have lost their patience or even lost their temper, and she's so pleased that you're the sort of lady that, are you with me, is taking care of him. And so she just wants to, you know, like somebody wants to give you a big love, and she's going, I know sometimes you think nobody appreciates it. She's gone, but I do. And I do see what you're doing. That's what she's saying. Bless her. So yeah, do talk to her, because she, you know, she wants to help you as well. She just doesn't want to use you as a link to him. Do you understand? She's saying, I care about you. I know what you're doing, and I'm really grateful. Okay? Right, grandsons. Lovely. Lovely. Okay? One of them's a little quieter than the other. Like a little bit, like likes his own company, doesn't mind being on his own. And she's saying you're not to worry about that. Really. Or his mum's not to worry about that. He's fine. It's just who he is. Okay? He's quite sensitive, so he prefers, he likes his own company. So don't take it as, well, why isn't he all like boisterous and outgoing? She said he doesn't need to be like that, it's who he is. Okay? And not to worry. Okay? Alright, my love. Right. We're going to have a break now for 10 minutes. So if you want to pop to the loo, get a drink, and we'll be back here in 10 minutes, and then we can do our next part. Thank you.
Yes, she did. The only time I know she went, I don't remember that sometimes.